going on? So, we had this discussion about Jaron Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz a few times. I've seen other channels discuss it. I already told everybody what my prediction would be if they was to fight. I said, Jaron Ennis, I got him more than likely by KO of Vergil Ortiz. But I think Jaron's more skilled. I think he has better footwork, better defense. The punching power, Jaron is 27 knockouts out of 29 wins. Vergil is 19 knockouts out of 19 wins. So Vergil has one of the highest KO ratios in boxing. Right up there with Arthur Beterbiev, Gervonta Tank Davis, and Deontay Wilder. But Jaron Ennis is nothing to sneeze at either. Two of his fights went to the cards. He has excellent punching power, just as well as Vergil Ortiz. Who hits harder? None of us. We can only guess. Unless we stand in the ring with them and let them punch us, then we'll never know. It would have to be somebody that fights both of them. That be the one to tell us, okay, which one of them hit harder. All right. Many will say Vergil, many will say Jaron Ennis. But with that being said, does Vergil Ortiz still cause problems for Jaron Ennis if they were to fight? One interesting note is they were asking Vergil Ortiz camp, when are they ready to fight Boots? They said something like 3 years, something like that, 3 to 4 years. And I'm like, well, they're not confident in Vergil Ortiz's abilities, or they just think Jaron Ennis is just that good. Either one. But does he cause Boots problems if they fight? One thing that I left out on a few videos that I did touch on this subject is the level of competition that both these dudes fought. I would say Vergil Ortiz has probably fought the better competition. Jaron Ennis has more experience because he has more fights. Sometimes the level of competition matters, but then the level of fight matters too, because you learn a lot in each fight. You learn what you're not supposed to do. You learn your strengths, your weaknesses. Vergil has the less fights, so that might translate to him not really understanding, okay, I can do this, this is not the right thing to do, this ain't working for me, what I can and can't do. You can look at it like that. You can look at it all types of ways, but you can also look at it as the level of experience, the level of competition that Vergil's fought is slightly better than Jaron Ennis's. So you can take one of his opponents that was stepped up, could probably equal out to 3 of Jaron Ennis's lesser opponents. You can look at it like that too. I would say Vergil's toughest opponents were Maurice Hooker, Michael McKinson, and Mean Machine. Those 3 right there. I would say Michael McKinson and Mean Machine were his hardest competition for different reasons. Mean Machine's power caused some issues for Vergil Ortiz. Vergil was hurt a few times in that fight. And I would say Michael McKinson's movement and his trickiness was causing problems for Vergil Ortiz. But he adjusted and he overcame them. Now, Jaron Ennis is a mixture of both of these dudes. He has the punching power of a Mean Machine. He has the movement of a Michael McKinson. So when you add that together and you put Jaron Ennis in the ring with Vergil Ortiz, I still believe that Vergil Ortiz, only problem he might cause for Jaron Ennis might be his power. He might catch Boots, and Boots being a little too flashy, not paying attention, being a little too, flamboyant in the ring. There's a possibility that Jaron Ennis could get clipped by Vergil Ortiz. Now, that leads into the last thing. How well could each other's chin hold up to each other's punch. We've seen Jaron Ennis. We've seen Vergil Ortiz hit with people with some power, mainly Mean Machine. And he was a little affected by that a couple of times in that fight, but he never went down. You haven't really seen Jaron Ennis face anybody with any real serious power yet, and that person may be Vergil Ortiz if he doesn't get a Errol or Terence Crawford or anything like that. If he doesn't fight anybody of that caliber, and he might run into somebody with some decent power. Limping Yates had decent power, but he doesn't have the power of a Mean Machine. So it's a difference. So we haven't seen Jaron Ennis really in that type of adversity where he hasn't really got hit really solid on the chin yet. So that is a concern. That is a concern. It's a valid concern. Does it mean he can't? Does it mean because he hasn't fought anybody with power, he's not going to be able to take Vergil Ortiz's punch? That doesn't mean that. Absolutely not. But it could also mean Vergil Ortiz could hurt him. So I'm trying to be fair here, you know. So I'm just keeping it all the way real. But with that being said, if he can take Vergil's power, Jaron wins that fight. Probably by stoppage of Vergil Ortiz. Can Vergil take Jaron's power? He took Mean Machine's punch, but I would say, arguably, for what it looks like, Jaron Ennis hit significantly harder than Mean Machine. If Jaron Ennis would have touched Vergil Ortiz with the same punch that Mean Machine did, what would have happened to Vergil Ortiz? Gotta think about these things, man. You know, when you think about these things, it'll lead you to what is a good conclusion of who's going to win this fight. And I think Vergil's defense is, every fight he's in, he's lumped up. Even with Michael McKinson, a so-called feather-fisted guy. His defense, is not the best. He has minimal to basic defense. And Jaron Ennis, I think, will find a way into him. Probably try to walk him down. A cautious walk down. It wouldn't be real smart for Boots to really just go in there and just recklessly walk him down. Boots doesn't seem like the type that would do that. He does seem flamboyant in the ring, but I think he gets hit too. But I think he's smart enough to understand he can't really do that with Vergil Ortiz, but he can do it when he senses Vergil is tired, or when he got him on the back foot, when he hurt him, then he probably go in there for the kill. With that being said, I got Jaron Boots in this by a stoppage of Vergil Ortiz, probably late, maybe like 7th, 8th round. Just my thing, I want to know what y'all think, man. This is Rebel Life Boxing. I'll catch y'all later on the next one, and I'm out. Peace.